Okay, now for a difference, let's also use the data analysis toolpak in order to conduct an independent sample t-test and a paired sample t-test. So let's just close this now. Okay. So let's go to again. Let's go to our Excel and use one of our files. And the first file I'm going to use is the cardio good fitness, which is a running case, and it has some information of the users of 3 different treadmills. The type of the treadmill is given here, and the ages, gender, education level, years of education, the amount of miles they run per week, okay, on these machines. So let's just, for the sake of constructing a independent sample t-test, let's just try to compare the miles they run, this variable, on the less advanced machine and the most advanced one, 798 compared to 195. Now, rather than add-ins, now we just choose data, and data analysis toolpak is right here. So let's choose that. And in here, we can see different types of analysis. Okay. And what I'm going to choose is the t-test. Okay. 2 sample assuming equal variances. And we could as well do the one below assuming unequal variances. Okay, so let's just choose that. What's the variable 1 range? I'm going to look at the miles people run on the TM195, which is, I think, up to there. And I want to compare it to the miles people run on 798. Okay. Now, one of them is 40 observations. The first one is 80. So sample sizes are clearly different. I don't have labels on top. Hypothesized difference, I'll enter at 0. Okay, alpha level, I'll enter as 0.005. Okay, so this will perform a t-test independent sample, assuming equal variances. Okay, so the output, okay, for this is a little bit different than pH stat, but the means, sample means of the 2, and the variable 2, since I didn't put any labels, this is the more advanced TM798. This is 195. So you can see there's a clear difference. So people actually exercise more with this machine. Okay. The variances are also very different. So maybe the assumption was wrong, but we could do it again with the unequal variance assumption. Number of observations here, 79 versus 40. The pooled variance is calculated, hypothesized difference, degrees of freedom, okay, N1 plus N2 minus 2, of course. So the t-stat, that's extremely low, minus 10, okay, and the p-value is 2 times 10 to the power minus 18, so it's like 0.0000. You can count 18 zeros, so that's very low. Again, this is clearly a reject the null hypothesis. So you see here, it doesn't give you the conclusion. You have to look at the p-values, okay, the one tail and the 2 tail test, and there are different p-values, of course. So you are given the critical values for 1 tail and critical value for 2 tail, and it's up to you to decide whether your hypothesis is rejected. In a 2 tail or a 1 tail, a lower tail, the appropriate one, will be rejected. Depends on how you order those two machines. Okay, so the null hypothesis of equality of these means is rejected here clearly. So this is the outcome of the data analysis toolpak. One disadvantage you can see here, you don't have the formulas underlying, but with pH stat, the formulas also are given. Okay, so to give you an example of the paired sample, I'm going to open to one of our examples in the book, some textbooks taught in the business school and the prices in the campus bookstore versus the prices that we can purchase them online. So you see each value is paired for the same book, bookstore price and online price. So now let's go to our data analysis toolpak again. So this time t-test paired two sample for means, variable one range. This time I'll include labels, variable two range. And I have labels, hypothesized difference is 0. Okay, again, 0, 0, 5. Now let's open them. So the average for bookstore, $181, online slightly cheaper. Variances are given, observations are given. This time the degrees of freedom is number of pairs minus 1, which is 16 pairs. You are also given the correlation, which we discussed during the earlier course. Okay, high correlation, obviously. And the t-stat 283. And p-value for two-tail, again, is 0.00125. P-value for one-tail is half of that, obviously. So again, with the critical value is given here for two-tail 2.13. And since 2.83 is greater than that, we reject the null hypothesis that campus bookstore and online shops offer the same prices for the textbooks we are using. Okay, then.